Are you looking for the best deals on quality used trucks and cars?
Great news, Chillicothe Truck has what you're looking for.
Choose from a wide selection of makes and models. All vehicles undergo a detailed multi-point inspection and extensive reconditioning before hitting the lot. Our friendly team offers a no-pressure sales experience, ensuring you find the perfect vehicle to fit your needs. Plus, you can customize your ride with our extensive range of truck accessories, from bed covers to lift kits. Stop by 173 Rennick Avenue in Chillicothe or call us today at 740-773-8782 to get started right now.
Kimberly. Tons of practice. One chop away from a black belt. 7 of the best sidekicks. And 5 years since her cancer diagnosis at Ohio Health.
At North Fork Animal Clinic, we're more than your pet's health care. We're your neighbors. We combine top-quality veterinary care with the availability you can count on, keeping tails wagging and pets thriving. And as proud supporters of youth sports in Southern Ohio, we're committed to helping our whole community grow strong. North Fork Animal Clinic, caring for pets, supporting our community.
Richard. Countless nights in the garage. 8 shiny new pistons. 1 very happy 16-year-old granddaughter. And 2 years since starting cancer treatment at Ohio Health.
Since 1853, Tomlinson Insurance has been protecting families, farms, and businesses in our community. As an independent agency, we offer personalized coverage for your auto, home, farm, and business, plus health and life insurance too. And we proudly partner with Erie Insurance to give you peace of mind with reliable coverage at competitive rates. Tomlinson Insurance. Let our history be your future. Call us today at 740-773-4181 or visit us at tomlinsonins.com.
At Chillicothe Comfort Heating and Air, your comfort is our priority year-round.
Whether it's blazing hot or freezing cold, we've got your back with fast, reliable service you can trust.
Locally owned, honest, and done right the first time.
We have financing options available for every budget, as well as 60 months 0% interest.
Call us today and feel the difference that comfort makes.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by Willie & Son Trucking. Willie & Son Trucking has been a proud supporter of local student athletes, coaches, and athletic programs throughout its history. Be sure to look out for the Shack Athlete of the Week presented by Willie & Son Trucking each week at SOSAOhio.com.
Mark. 6 months of training. 8 miles to go. A 3-way tie for almost last place. And 3 years since he and his team at Ohio Health left cancer in the dust.
Rathkamp Financial is a comprehensive financial services firm committed to helping our clients improve their long-term financial success. Our customized programs seek to grow, protect, and conserve our clients' wealth by delivering personalized service and expertise. Please call us at 740-775-1040 to schedule a consultation. Securities and advisory services offered through LPL Financial, a registered investment advisor, member, FINRA SIPC.
Experience the hometown Chevrolet difference. Check out our huge selection of Silverado trucks, Equinox SUVs, and the latest Chevy models. Priced to move and ready to hit the road today. Plus, with the Hometown Advantage, you get free oil changes for life and a 10-year, 150,000-mile limited powertrain warranty at no extra cost. That's real value and real peace of mind. Your Hometown Chevrolet is proud to be your trusted local dealer of new and pre-owned inventory, delivering unbeatable deals and top-notch service. Visit us today at 501 West Emmett Avenue in Waverly or start shopping online at yourhometownchevy.com.
For 175 years, the Glockner name has stood for trust. Today, that promise continues. Every time your family turns the key. Generations have trusted us for one reason. We never stopped caring. From preschool drop-offs to road trips, you leave our service center knowing your family is in the safest hands possible. 175 years of social proof that this isn't just service. It's a promise from our family to yours.
Have you experienced simply brilliant fiber internet? Yeah, that's Glow Fiber. Lightning fast internet that keeps up with your busy life. A reliable fiber-to-the-home network whether you're working, learning, playing, or streaming. And best of all, Glow Fiber has real local support from real people who are happy to talk to you. And switch now for your first month free. Faster, more reliable fiber internet with real local support. Glow Fiber. Simply brilliant.
Wendy's has new chicken tenders. Crispy, juicy, tendery, tendies. Ooh, that's fun to say. Tendies, tendies, tendies. And they're so good, maybe we should change our... For tendies you're gonna know by name, gotta be Wendy's.
I'm Tyler. And I'm James. We want to thank you for continuing to make the Root Sports and Fitness Center your headquarters for youth sports in Southern Ohio.
Swinging a liner to left field. Paints will walk it off. That one base is loaded in 2. Pitch. It is low, and this one dripped the pitch. Skied into center field, hit pretty well. Major back to the track, to the wall. It is gone. SOSA's The Dugout is Chillicothe's premier indoor baseball and softball training facility designed to serve local baseball and softball players of all ages. The Dugout is equipped with our fully featured hit tracks, the next-gen data capture and simulation system providing athletes with real-time feedback with the capability of playing in any of the 30 Major League Baseball stadiums. The Dugout has a 70-foot by 12-foot batting and pitching cage, and every user has access to baseball and softball pitching machines, plyo wall and arm strength bands, pitching mounds and softball mats, multiple tees and hitting nets. Wall-to-wall AstroTurf, 285-inch TVs and Bluetooth speakers make the Dugout the place to be for all of our area baseball and softball players, no matter the age. Train year-round, improve your performance, and further develop your skills in a fun and competitive environment at SOSA's The Dugout. Located in the heart of downtown Chillicothe at 185 East Main Street. Visit our website at sosadugout.com to reserve a time today.
Welcome to March, and madness awaits on the road to Dayton as we welcome you back to the Convocation Center on the campus of Ohio University for this full slate of Division IV district semifinals, the first one coming up momentarily as the #1 seed in the Southeast District, the 20-2 Circleville Tigers square off with the 12-11 Gallia Academy Blue Devils for a spot in the district final here on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by Ohio Health. Carson Francis and John Bruce joining us today, an afternoon tip-off to set up a full day of action here in the Convo. John, what do you have to say about the matchup that we're going to see here in a few moments to get us started?
Hey, you'll be able to say tonight here in just a few hours, as this is game 1 of 4 of the day for us here at Southern Ohio Sports Authority. We are excited to bring you each and every one of those games. I believe the first 2 are the only ones with consistent commentators for the day, because it's going to be me and you for the first 2, and then Kenneth and Shane going to have game 3, and then you and Shane are going to have game 4. Should be a great day here at the Convocation Center. anytime we can get down here, we appreciate every one of them. We appreciate every one of our sponsors. We'll highlight them throughout our broadcast as well. So make sure when you're watching the commercials to pay attention. And then, if you got a need for what their products are, check them out, as we always appreciate those who support the local athletes. But for this game, just an outstanding point guard matchup. Ty Reed for Gallia Academy, only a sophomore. So maybe the future against the present, and the present is Cole Nunguster, who's one of the best players in the Southeast District on one of the best teams in the Southeast District. They're P. Floyd's #1 team to finish the season, and I know our Shane Combs thinks of them as the best team in our coverage area as well. And I would have a hard time disagreeing with him because of all the different things they can do, and it all starts with Cole Nunguster.
Cole Nunguster to close out the regular season in a 27-point win over Liberty Union. The senior knocked down 6 3-pointers en route to a 22-point showing in a win over the Liberty Union Lions. The Tigers did have a first-round bye after getting the 1 seed in the Division IV tournament. Gallia Academy, on the other hand, had to beat Vinton County on Monday to get here to the Convo. Do we think that the extra time off might be a factor for Circleville in this one in the early stages of this matchup?
I would say early, definitely, because it is hard. You haven't played for 2 weeks, or almost 2 weeks, and then you're coming out and you're doing it on a floor like you haven't played on all season. That's just going to make things a little more difficult for you initially. Now, we say that this is a senior-heavy group with a really good point guard, as we said. That will get them probably getting into some easier shots to start the game. That's what you need. You need the easy shots to go in, and then you can step back out. And I would also advise them during warm-ups to make sure you're checking out the three-point line. Don't get too far beyond it. We saw Jackson a couple days ago. They were shooting from the men's line and getting deep off of the college or off the men's line. And because of that, it seemed like they were pretty short on a lot of shots. So you got to get used to that here in this warm-ups. You have 20 minutes on the court, get used to that, and then get ready to play your game.
Gallia Academy, again, coming off a 46-39 win over Vinton County. They were led in scoring by the 6'3 junior Mason Meadows with 16. Meadows missed a lot of time early on in the season with some injuries. He's been back throughout most of the back half of the season, and the Blue Devils have really thrived with him in the lineup over the course of this basketball season.
Yeah, they really had Waverly on the ropes early in the season when Meadows got hurt. Then when we were able to see them against South Point, when we got down there for our stream down on the beautiful blue floor of Gallia Academy, he was out for that game. I was able to see him a couple of weeks later, one of his first games back against Chesapeake, and you could tell he was still making his way back. When he's on the floor, they are much better because then you have Ty Reed that can beat anyone off the dribble. Mason Meadows can score at all 3 levels, and that makes him a really tough matchup for anyone. But if you're looking at a defensive team that can maybe match up with that, it is the Circleville team. But a lot of different options for Gallia Academy as well makes them a difficult matchup as an 8 seed. Better than what you would think as an 8 seed.
When you talk about matchups being a factor here, Gallia Academy playing to their strengths as far as size goes, trotting out the 2 6'6 players on their team, Gabe Hammonds and the freshman Colson Miller, to start out this contest.
Yeah, they've got some really good length, so they're going to try to match up with the really good length of Circleville as well. It's a very young team for Gallia Academy against a really experienced team. But the thing is, neither of these teams have played on the Convo floor here at tournament time. They have not been here in March. Maybe they've been here in the summer, may have been here part of the Ohio University, just the wonderful team camps that they do. But that's different. That's different than playing here in front of a crowd, no matter what the crowd is. So the crowd seemingly is filing in, and it should be pretty good by the time the game starts. But crowd filing in, it's a different atmosphere because the bleachers are back. It's louder than you would expect on floor level. And it's different. You got a different background to shoot in each half. It's a lot deeper. If, like for Circleville, it'll be a lot deeper in the second half. So it really throws off your thinking when you're shooting. So you got to get adjusted to it really quickly. And we'll see how the young kids for Gallia Academy adjust to that, because this is a team that I could see being here not just this year, but over the next couple of years as well.
And what I'm about to talk about here as far as playing at the Convo, a little skewed by the fact that we had COVID a couple years ago and teams couldn't play here, and then it took a couple years for the tournament format to kind of get back to where teams were playing here consistently. But regardless of that, Gallia Academy has not played a game in the Convo since 2018, and that drought for Circleville is even longer. This is their first game down here at OU since 2014 as well.
Yeah, that 2014 season was a pretty magical run for Circleville. Just a team that really sat down and played some really good defense, had some different kids that could step out and shoot, had a really good point guard. What's that sound like? This year's Circleville team as well. Maybe a little smaller than that Circleville team was, but they made a run to the district final before falling to a really good Chillicothe team that year, or actually a really good Athens team that year. So, this is a chance for each program to really put their stamp on where they are and where they want to be next. For Gallia Academy, you're looking to build off of this year to have a couple of big years coming up. Now, anything on top of playing here is a positive, because starting next year, you're going to look to try to get at the top of the OVC, where this year they're in the middle of the OVC. For Circleville, last year they're in the middle of the MSL. This year they're at the top of the MSL. So both teams are kind of in a different spot. Maybe Circleville is showing Gallia what they could be in the future, but Gallia has a chance to really make some noise here today, and they've got the athletes to do it.
And this is also a rematch from last year's tournament, in which Circleville took down Gallia Academy 48-44 in a double overtime contest up at the Glow Fiber Gym in Circleville. Certainly revenge on the minds of the Blue Devils, who are returning this year as well.
Yeah, a really tight game last year. And that's got to give them a little bit of confidence going into this game, because right now this is a 20-win team in Circleville. You're going to look at that and be like, man, this is a tough team. But, hey, we had them on the ropes last year. That Circleville team last year is very inconsistent. You've heard some of the players even mention that. So when the players mentioned that they were inconsistent and that they really locked in this year, you could tell why they did. Coach Callahan's done a great job with them. And as we've said a couple of different times, very senior-heavy team, which is going to make them, not get really affected in some of the biggest moments.
And we talk about Coach Callahan, the Division IV Southeast District Coach of the Year, led the Tigers to their first MSL title in 43 years, a game you and I got to watch them clinch against Fairfield Union. And we talked about in that game how Coach Callahan's taken this program to a new level that they haven't been to in a long time. They were on their way up, but Coach Callahan's taken over this program and taken them one step further.
Yeah, I was -1 the last time that they won a conference championship. I don't even know what you were in negative years for you. But they had not won a conference championship since 1983. They had never won one in the MSL Buckeye. The league they won one in hasn't existed
almost 10 years.
In almost 10 years. So it's a program, they've had times where they've been close, times where people thought that they should have been there. They have great facilities, great community backing, and they had to get the right fit. You get the right point guard, you get the right coach, and that's why they come in here as the 1 seed in the Southeast District.
Well, the Tigers look to get back into the district final for the first time since 2012. Standing in their way is a hungry Gallia Academy Blue Devil squad looking to make some noise as we turn the calendar to March here in Southeast Ohio. Division IV District Semifinal coming your way. You're watching Ohio High School Basketball on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by Ohio Health.
SOSA's The Dugout is Chillicothe's premier indoor baseball and softball training facility designed to serve local baseball and softball players of all ages. The Dugout is equipped with our fully featured hit tracks, the next-gen data capture and simulation system providing athletes with real-time feedback with the capability of playing in any of the 30 Major League Baseball stadiums. The Dugout has a 70-foot by 12-foot batting and pitching cage, and every user has access to baseball and softball pitching machines, plyo wall and arm strength bands, pitching mounts and softball mats, multiple tees and hitting nets. Wall-to-wall AstroTurf, 285-inch TVs and Bluetooth speakers make the Dugout the place to be for all of our area baseball and softball players, no matter the age. Train year-round, improve your performance, and further develop your skills in a fun and competitive environment at SOSA's The Dugout. Located in the heart of downtown Chillicothe at 185 East Main Street. Visit our website at sosadugout.com to reserve a time today.
National anthem wrapping up from the Convocation Center with the help of the Gallia Academy student section. Circleville and Gallia Academy set to square off here in a few moments for a Division IV district semifinal. The winner will be back here on Thursday night to take on the winner of our next game, Waverly and New Lexington, in a Division IV district final. Both these teams making a long-awaited return to the Convocation Center, a spot in the district final on the line. And before we get started, we'll have the player introductions here in just a few moments. And for that, we'll take you down to the floor to our public address announcer, Lou Horvath.
Coaches and officials are guests of the Ohio High School Athletic Association. Request to regard them as such and still keeping in the traditions of good sportsmanship. Just remember, just as you expect sportsmanship on the court, they expect sportsmanship in the stands. Well, here it is, March, the very first one, so you are starting off some madness. I'd like to tell you what time it is, but P. Floyd always has it going for me. It's basketball 30, so let's go to our starting lineup. First, the Blue Devils of Gallia Academy. The 6'1" sophomore guard, number 2, Tyree. At guard, he's a sophomore standing 5'9", number 14, Grant Owens. A junior forward at 6'5", he's number 21, Gabe Hammonds. And forward standing 6'3", he's a junior, number 44, Mason Meadows. And a 6'6" freshman forward, number 50, Colson Miller. Gary Harrison's head coach is my Jeremy Club. Jared Denny, Jordan Dean. Now, introducing, wearing their home whites, the Tigers of Circleville. A 6'1" senior guard, number 0, Cole Nutgesser. He's a junior forward at 6'4", number 1, Blaine Fowler. At guard, he stands 6'1", he's also a junior, number 3, Glenn Bigger. A 6'3" senior guard, number 5, Jack Clyde. And at forward, standing 6'5", he's your senior, number 23, Riley Jenkins. Evan Callahan, the head coach.
Starters for both sides introduced as we're ready to rock and roll from the Convo, this Division IV district semifinal.
Let's have some fun.
I think this is going to be a fun one. Circleville, the 1, Gallia Academy, the 8 seed in Division IV. First of 4 all day here at the Convocation Center. We're excited to bring you coverage of all 4 of them.
Tell you what, I missed it a little bit on Friday. I'm glad you guys had the call, though. I was able to watch it. Really enjoyed it. Looking forward to being here and being a part of these first 2 calls with you.
Gabe Hammonds and Riley Jenkins stand in the jump ball circle. We're underway from Athens in this Division IV district semi. Grant Owens tried to feed his teammate, cutting down the paint, and he throws it away. Circleville has possession.
It's good scouting by Circleville because they just blew that up before that cut to the baseline could get there, and because of that leads to Owens just kind of assuming it was going to be there, leading to the turnover on the first possession.
Jack Klein over to Cole Nungester. Klein over to Fowler, 4-3 off the mark, and a long rebound won by Mason Meadows. Gallia quickly getting up the floor. Here's Owens. Now Meadows fires from downtown. That's no good, and Nungester hauls in the rebound.
And there's that depth of the court that does make it kind of difficult to read.
Quick hands there by the Blue Devils. Hammonds comes up with it. Reed on the other end, the lay-in. The first points for Gallia Academy come from Ty Reed in transition.
Yeah, good defense and a nice outlet. Ty Reed gets out in front of the pack and gets our first points of the Division IV tournament here at the Convo.
Ty Reed 13 in the opening round win over Vinton County. Picks up the first 2 for the Blue Devils there. There's a nice feed on the baseline to Glavin Bigham, who gets it out to Cole Nungester. He'll fire from downtown and hit.
Well, when you said he hit 6 threes against Liberty Union, I'm like, man, he normally hits 1 or 2 a game. Hits 6, that just makes him so much more difficult to guard. Great start for Cole Nungester.
The Division IV District Player of the Year in the Southeast lets it fly from outside. Here's the jumper from Reed off the front iron. And it's Jack Klein hauling in for Circleville up the floor. Blaine Fowler on the drive. Jump stop, turns, can't fall.
Good defense.
Miller the rebound.
Good defense inside by Hammonds.
Miller back over to Ty Reed. Tigers in straight man-to-man. Hammonds on the baseline, spins. Nice dish inside, but Meadows can't finish. Nungester on the other end trying to get past Reed. Nice baseline pass over to Glavin Bigham. Fowler from the top of the key, pump fakes, drives Nungester. Nungester lets it fly, and it's good. Cole Nungester, the sniper from downtown.
Hey, don't go too far beyond the line, I said in the pregame, and Cole Nungester doesn't care. He just steps beyond and buries his second triple already. 2 for 2 for the District Player of the Year.
Senior with all 6 points so far for Circleville. How does Gallia Academy respond? Here's Ty Reed, opposite side wing. Reed over to Hammonds. Hammonds pulls up from the foul line, tried to dish it to Miller. It's taken away. Good steal by Riley Jenkins. Nungester, heat check, off the mark. But a long rebound won by Jack Klein. Fowler, corner 3, no good. Blue Devils quickly getting up the floor. Here's Mason Meadows from downtown, in and out. Good box out by the Tigers. Nungester hauls it in.
Someone's going to have to kind of corral things a little bit because we've been pretty loose last couple of possessions. I don't blame Nungester at all on the heat check, but overall have to do what you can. If you're Gallia, take really quality shots when you get off to a slow start like this.
Nungester over to Jack Klein. Klein fakes the pass, tried to dish it to Bigham, deflected out of bounds on Gallia Academy. Alex Blair will enter the game for the first time, as Mason Meadows will get a breather.
Replacing Meadows.
Yeah, Meadows a little loose on a couple of those shots. Once he knocks down one, he'll be feeling pretty good.
Nungester from the corner off the mark. And a fight for the rebound, diving on the floor forward is Grant Owens. Wins a possession for the Blue Devils. Up the floor, Blair jump stops, turns, Blair falling away, rejected by Jenkins. Reed chasing it down. Spins, here's Miller, high post, trying to back down Bigham. The turnaround, no good. The second effort, this time it falls.
The freshman maybe got away with a little bit of a forearm shiver, a little bit. Does a nice job sticking with it and getting the offensive rebound there. That's what Gallia needs to do. They need to play kind of quick and then try to get the best looks they can, use that size advantage inside. Nicely done by the freshman.
7 in the win over Vinton County for Colson Miller as Fowler can't connect on the jumper. Ty Reed racing out the floor for the Blue Devils. Reed the spin, tried to throw it away into the hands of Jenkins. Tigers with a 3-on-2 on the other end. Here's Fowler to the basket and fouled.
Not a bad foul, though, from Grant Owens. Make sure you don't give up the 2. Make him earn them from the line. Riley Jenkins, we saw him late in the season. The defense that he played great defense against Miami Trace. He's made a huge impact so far, forcing a lot of these, these turnovers for Gallia Academy, making things difficult inside.
Blaine Fowler knocks down his first free throw. The third-team all-district selection, averaging just under 10 a game and about 6 rebounds a night. Second one from Fowler, up and through.
Yeah, he had missed his first 4 looks from the field, all good looks, and now maybe making that free throw will give him a little bit more confidence on those shots. Nice early lead for Circleville.
Just over 3 minutes to go. Here's a drive by Owens, no good, but right there for the putback is Alex Blair.
A really good defense so far from Circleville, but that's 2 putback baskets in a run out for Gallia Academy. So they haven't really scored in the half court. But Circleville's got to do a better job of defensive rebounding.
Nungester over to Blaine Fowler out of the double. Jenkins, high post, swing out Nungester. Now Klein driving baseline. Klein too easy to the rim.
Beautiful work there by Jack Klein. Does a nice ball fake, drive to the basket, and as you said, an easy finish inside for Jack Klein.
10-6 Tigers as Reed pulls up from downtown and it's no good. Quick one-shot possession there from the Blue Devils. Nungester over to Jenkins from downtown. That's no good. As Fowler crashed for the offensive rebound and it's off his fingertips and out of bounds. A sub for the Blue Devils. Ethan Rose checking in for the first time.
To me right now, if Gallia is going to take these quick shots, they got to do something to try to get Circleville a little more rushed. Right now, Circleville not knocking down a whole lot of shots, but getting good looks. And eventually, those are going to start to fall for them. So you got to put together your offense really well here if you are Gallia Academy.
Ethan Rose over to Ty Reed, now back to Rose. Feeding Hammonds inside. Hammonds, the jumper off the rim. Klein bringing it up the floor for Circleville. Nungester made Gallia Academy think about it for a second, gives it up instead. Now Nungester, he'll try a wide open look, but he can't bury it. Rebound taken by Alex Blair. Blair driving, Blair the Euro step, the up and under, what a finish from Alex Blair, creative.
Yeah, nicely done by Alex Blair, using the Euro and the up and under, a really athletic, creative finish inside. He's got 4.
Under a minute to go here in the first quarter. Here's a lob up for Fowler. Fowler comes down with it and puts it in.
Yep, you want to get Blaine Fowler some easy looks because he's going to be one of your top scorers. So trying to get him going is just going to make you better overall if you are the Tigers.
Colson Miller, far side wing, swings it over to Rose. Coming up on 30 seconds remaining. Blue Devils holding. Might want to try and get the last shot here. Down 4, 20 seconds to go in the first.
Well, you want to make sure that you don't give Circleville another possession here because they get the first one to start the second. So even if you don't get a basket, don't give Circleville another shot here this quarter.
8 seconds now. Reed off the ball screen. Reed through traffic, gets it out. Here's Rose. Rose pulls up from downtown, can't get the bank. And the first quarter buzzer sounds. Circleville ahead of Gallia Academy, 12-8 in this Division IV district semifinal. We'll step aside and come back. You're watching Ohio High School District Tournament Basketball on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by Ohio Health.
At Chillicothe Comfort Heating and Air, your comfort is our priority year-round.
Whether it's blazing hot or freezing cold, we've got your back with fast, reliable service you can trust.
Locally owned, honest, and done right the first time.
We have financing options available for every budget, as well as 60 months 0% interest.
Call us today and feel the difference that comfort makes.
This presentation of Ohio High School District Tournament Basketball is brought to you in part by G&J Paving. G&J Paving, serving Southern Ohio for over 30 years. And by Centerpoint Church. Centerpoint believes in investing in the next generation and is proud to support high school sports across the region. Visit centerpoint.church for service times and more information. Centerpoint Church.
Yeah, we appreciate the new sponsors coming along for the tournament. Help us out with a couple of different things here. We appreciate G&J Paving and Centerpoint Church, as well as all of our sponsors that we'll talk about throughout this broadcast as well.
Circleville with possession to start the second quarter. As Cole Nungester knocked down a pair of triples to build a 12-8 lead for the Tigers. Nungester doubled in the post, got it poked away from behind, chasing it down is Blaine Fowler. When Jenkins high post feeds it to Ed Kirk. Kirk goes up and gets fouled. Ed Kirk checked in during the quarter break and immediately goes to the foul line.
50% foul shooter, not a bad foul there if you're Colson Miller, because we've seen what Ed Kirk can do. Ed Kirk can bring the house down. Very athletic, very long. Make him earn those 2 points at the line instead of maybe getting a thunderous dunk and getting the crowd even more into the game for Circleville.
He had one of those last year against Gallia Academy in that 4-point double overtime win. It's the first one from Kirk off the back iron. Kirk, a 50% free throw shooter on the season. Second one from Kirk is up, and it rattles around and down.
And still a 50% free throw shooter for the season.
First point of the second quarter for the Tigers. Gallia Academy with their first possession. Reed rejecting the ball screen. Reed goes up, too easy. And a tough finish.
Ain't nothing easy about that. That's such a quick crossover and then an athletic finish over Ed Kirk, because if he doesn't go up strong, Ed Kirk's thrown that one into the bench. Outstanding work by Tyree.
Nungester through traffic. The floater off the mark. Popped in and out. Saves it though. Jenkins gets it back. 4-3. Pops in and out. Offensive rebound. Fowler denied. Taken away by the Blue Devils. Here's Alex Blair. Blair, the drive through traffic. Rejected. Shaq Klein the chase down.
Yeah, and that's the type of thing that length that Circleville has. They're not going to quit on possessions, and because of that, it makes it really hard. If you're going to Euro, you got to do it all the way at the rim, like Blair did on that first finish.
Reed working on Klein. Reed swings it over to Alex Blair. Opposite corner three, too long. Nungester with it now for Circleville across half court.
Sixth rebound already for the point guard.
Nungester driving off 2 feet, puts it in. Nothing but net for the district player of the year.
That's what he can do. He just does so many little things well. And he knows when his team needs a basket, and he's got the physicality to do it.
Colson Miller trying to show off the physicality, hands it off to Gabe Hammonds. Hammonds picks up his dribble on the block, tried to get it over to Colson Miller, who recovers it. Now Reed, top of the key, Reed picks it up at the foul line. Now Miller feeds Hammonds. Hammonds underneath, blocked by Kirk. Taken away Nungester. And a foul on the other end.
Third block now for the Circleville defense. And that's, the few times that Gallia's got to the rim, it's been either a really tough finish or getting blocked. Outstanding help side defense by Circleville.
Glavin Bigham checking back in for Circleville, as well as Mason Meadows for the Blue Devils. We talked about height being an advantage for Gallia Academy. Circleville throwing a counter at that with the play of Ed Kirk off the bench. Nungester gets fouled going to the paint.
Well, and Blair's got to be physical with him, because if not, he's going to get a little step. He's going to use his body to get around you. So you have to be physical. You have to do physicality without the hands. As soon as the hands get on, this excellent officiating crew is going to make that call every time.
The Fowler inbounding into Nungester for Circleville. Nungester pick and roll. Kirk inside. Kirk draws the foul. It's a nice play designed by the Tigers, sending the 6'5" senior back to the charity stripe.
Well, it's going to be called on the floor, and that's, to me, excellent officiating, because he's almost by the notch there. He's not really shooting in that situation. He tried to throw it up at the end because he was just kind of lost. But it ends up being a pretty easy foul call, but good job of getting them back to that baseline out of bounds instead of the free throw line.
They'll reset after the baseline out of bounds as Glavin Bigham swings it to Blaine Fowler, now Nungester. One-on-one with Alex Blair. Fowler to Nungester. Tigers staying patient outside. Nungester rejecting the screen from Jenkins. The underhand, can't get it to fall. Rebound taken by Blair for Gallia Academy.
They had numbers, no longer.
There's Miller inside, nice dish, but can't finish. Meadows too short. Ed Kirk there to alter the shot. A loose ball thrown away. Back to Gallia Academy. Hammonds throws it right back to Circleville. Bigham with the steal.
We're getting a little sloppy here. Good job by Bigham to just slow things down a little bit.
Tigers get it into their half court. Here's Blaine Fowler. Fowler driving. Fowler goes up and knocks it through. And Coach Gary Harrison's going to want a timeout to talk things over. We'll keep it here. 4:19 remaining here in the first half. The Tigers ahead by 7.
Yeah, that's a good timeout. You're not getting great looks offensively, only shooting 26% right now are the Blue Devils. And then that ends up being, like kind of go back jokingly at that too easy. Also, that one looks easy, but just what Fowler did to get a little separation and then a quick jump. Instead of going up slow, he goes up at the angle, and because of that, it makes it where the shot's not going to get blocked. And 4 blocks right now for Circleville, only 1 block for Gallia Academy, so the rim protection is at a completely different level. And while Circleville hasn't played really well offensively, that is why they have a 7-point advantage here through the first nearly 12 minutes of gameplay.
4:19 to go here in the first half as Ty Reed walks it up the floor for the Blue Devils. Reed, top of the key, goes right side. Reed spins, try to fire to his teammate, taken away by the Tigers. Bigham guarded tightly by Ty Reed, almost got him across the half-court line. Now Fowler in the corner. Nungester near side wing, over to Bigham. Now Jenkins, corner 3, it's good. Riley Jenkins, the high-arching triple.
Yeah, he's got a different type of getting that shot off, but once it leaves his hand, man, it looks pretty. The senior knocks down his first triple.
And here's a steal by Nungester. Up the floor, tied up by Reed, and a steal. Blue Devils with numbers. Meadows from downtown off the mark. A long rebound. Meadows tried to save it. And he throws it off Jenkins. It'll stay with Gallia Academy.
Nice job there by Meadows to follow it up. But, man, that's a fun back and forth there between Nungester and Reed. Nungester reads the pass. Then Reed reads the move perfectly to force the turnover. Fun basketball.
It'll be Reed to inbound on the baseline. Throws it into Miller. Miller puts it up, can't finish. But a rebound by Gabe Hammonds, and it's knocked away by Bigham, out of bounds.
A good defense there by Glavin Bigham, because that was going to be an easy 2 points for Gabe Hammonds. Instead, forced them to make it on the baseline out of bounds.
Blue Devils will reset again. They get it into Hammonds. Hammonds fakes the dish. Hammonds the drive, can't finish, but Meadows there to tip it in for the putback.
Nicely designed play, and then the shot blocking really threw that off. It makes it to where Hammonds rushes the layup. Great finish though by Meadows.
Baseline drive by Bigham. Tried to get it out of the double team. A kick ball on Meadows.
I'll tell you what though, I guarantee you know where Meadows learned that little tip. Had to come from the volleyball team over at Gallia Academy. 24-1, outstanding team. Look for them in the fall as well.
I was going to say that's going to be a really fun team to watch next year as well. Nungester off the deflection. Nungester pull-up jumper, can't get the roll. Up the floor, here's Miller for the Blue Devils. Miller pump fakes, but Jenkins didn't buy it.
6 blocks now for the Tigers.
Kirk thought about it, gives it up. Nungester. Now Klein, top of the key. Klein, nice dish. Jenkins with the finish.
Riley Jenkins, the basket. Jack Klein, the assist.
Good find and good finish.
Jack Klein, the quarterback, too, showing off the passing skills. Honorable mention All-State for the Circleville football team this fall. There's Miller on the other end. Miller, again, the rejection by Kirk. Second effort's no good. Hammonds the rebound. He'll go to the foul line as we're under 2 minutes to play in the first half.
Yeah, once again, outstanding interior defense, making life just extremely difficult for this Gallia Academy team.
Did I beat Lou to a 2 minutes call?
Let's go.
Gabe Hammonds at the foul line. First one is up, and it's off the mark. He's only 47% from that spot this season. Some subs come in for Gallia Academy, Alex Blair, and the freshman Brody Beaver.
Yeah, this will be my first time seeing Brody Beaver play this year. Looking forward to seeing how he does.
Second shot from Hammonds, it falls. That brings it back under 10 as Hammonds splits the difference. Blue Devils staying in that 2-3 zone, playing up high against Nungester and Klein. There's a nice dish. Jenkins able to finish high off the glass.
Another good find by Jack Klein, splitting that zone. Doing a good job passing it back and forth up top, and then eventually finding a little gap. Second straight trip for a finish inside for Jenkins from Klein.
Reed on the other end, showing off the handles. Dish to Alex Blair, who steps out of bounds on the near sideline.
Saw that a little bit with Jackson the other day. Stepped out of bounds 2 or 3 times in that game. And sometimes you just get lost of where you're at because it is a little wider court, so you think more room, so you'll be okay. But ultimately, it can kind of throw you off a little bit, leading to the unforced turnover.
Klein gets past Reed. Klein running, can't finish. Meadows hauls it in. 3-on-2 for the Blue Devils. Nice dish. Meadows the underhand, and he knocks it through.
Yeah, they had switched back out of the 1-3-1 to a man. Forced a kind of quick shot from Klein. He misses it and able to get a run out are the Blue Devils. A stop here would be huge if you're Gallia Academy. You get the ball to start the second half. You have a little bit of momentum because you got the last basket.
Nungester stands at the Ohio logo. 30 seconds to go till halftime. Circleville winners of 15 straight coming into this district semifinal in Division 4. Looking to head back to a chance to play for a district title for the first time since 2012. Nungester got it poked away, recovers it in the backcourt, 9 seconds. Nungester, skip, Fowler, baseline. Fowler turns around, puts it up, can't get it to fall. Bigham the rebound, and he can't get it off in time. And that will bring us to the end of the first half. From the Convo, 24-15, Circleville in front of Gallia Academy. We've played one half of basketball in this opener. We'll step aside, give our thoughts on the first half when we come back. You're watching Ohio High School District Tournament basketball here on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by Ohio Health.
Are you looking for the best deals on quality used trucks and cars?
Great news, Chillicothe Truck has what you're looking for.
Choose from a wide selection of makes and models. All vehicles undergo a detailed multi-point inspection and extensive reconditioning before hitting the lot. Our friendly team offers a no-pressure sales experience, ensuring you find the perfect vehicle to fit your needs. Plus, you can customize your ride with our extensive range of truck accessories, from bed covers to lift kits. Stop by 173 Rennick Avenue in Chillicothe or call us today at 740-773-8782 to get started right now.
Have you experienced simply brilliant fiber internet? Yeah, that's Glow Fiber. Lightning fast internet that keeps up with your busy life. A reliable fiber-to-the-home network, whether you're working, learning, playing, or streaming. And best of all, Glow Fiber has real local support from real people who are happy to talk to you. And switch now for your first month free. Faster, more reliable fiber internet with real local support. Glow Fiber, simply brilliant.
At North Fork Animal Clinic, we're more than your pet's health care. We're your neighbors. We combine top-quality veterinary care with the availability you can count on, keeping tails wagging and pets thriving. And as proud supporters of youth sports in Southern Ohio, we're committed to helping our whole community grow strong. North Fork Animal Clinic, caring for pets, supporting our community.
For 175 years, the Glockner name has stood for trust. Today, that promise continues. Every time your family turns the key. Generations have trusted us for one reason. We never stopped caring. From preschool drop-offs to road trips, you leave our service center knowing your family is in the safest hands possible. 175 years of social proof that this isn't just service. It's a promise from our family to yours.
Experience the hometown Chevrolet difference. Check out our huge selection of Silverado trucks, Equinox SUVs, and the latest Chevy models. Priced to move and ready to hit the road today. Plus, with the hometown advantage, you get free oil changes for life and a 10-year, 150,000-mile limited powertrain warranty at no extra cost. That's real value and real peace of mind. Your hometown Chevrolet is proud to be your trusted local dealer of new and pre-owned inventory, delivering unbeatable deals and top-notch service. Visit us today at 501 West Emmett Avenue in Waverly or start shopping online at yourhometownchevy.com.
Our employees certainly get the credit for that growth. The relationships that they build, people want to deal with people they can trust, they know, feel connected to. And I think that's where a community bank such as Kingston really shines. The color of money is the same no matter where you go, but I think the people behind it is what makes the difference. Having the empathy to understand what's going on in someone's business or personal lives and how you might be able to help it. I think our customers expect that, want that, and truthfully, they deserve that.
I'm Tyler.
And I'm James.
We want to thank you for continuing to make the Root Sports and Fitness Center your headquarters for youth sports in Southern Ohio.
Mark. 6 months of training. 8 miles to go. A 3-way tie for almost last place.
Look good in these shorts, right?
And 3 years since he and his team at Ohio Health left cancer in the dust.
Halftime here in the Roundhouse on Richland. It's the Circleville Tigers leading Gallia Academy 24-15 in our first Division IV district semifinal of the day. We'll have 3 other games coming your way here on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by Ohio Health. Waverly and New Lexington after the conclusion of this one. Unioto and Logan Elm at 5:30, Washington Courthouse and Meggs to close us out at 7:15. Carson Francis and John Bruce back with you. John, your thumbprint on the first half of this one.
It's just really good defense by Circleville. The few times that Gallia Academy was able to get any separation and maybe get to the basket at all, there was Riley Jenkins, Ed Kirk, even Jack Klein had a block, 6 blocks in that first half, and then a couple different times they, made them uncomfortable driving to the basket as well, which led to some misses. The only thing there, when you're trying to block shots, sometimes you can give up those second chance points, which is what they did a couple of different times. And because of that, that was where Gallia got a couple of their easy baskets. They got a couple baskets in transition, but they also got a couple baskets on putback. But man, Ty Reed is electric. He had a couple of really nice moves in that first half. If he can really lock in on a really consistent jump shot, he's going to be one of the more difficult players in the Southeast to guard. It looks like he's right there now. But if he can get some outside shooting to help, because right now the floor spacing isn't really there, because right now they have not made a three throughout this first half. And I've got them 0 for 5 from 3, 0 for 5 from 3, Circleville 3 for 10. And ultimately, there's your 9-point difference right there is the 3-point shooting of Circleville.
That started with Cole Nungester knocking down 2 triples in the first quarter. He's got 8 on the day so far, also 7 rebounds to go along with it.
Yeah, he's been all over the court. And it's, he steps back, knocks down those first 2 threes, kind of loosened up the defense a little bit, because this is a Gallia team that's trying to play that 1-3-1, try to extend it, try to make it to where you've got to make shots out of it. And he knocks down those first 2 shots of the game. Riley Jenkins later knocks down a shot as well. So because of that, it makes them a little more difficult to guard. A couple different times, Jack Klein was able to get into the paint, find Riley Jenkins, which is part of the reason why Riley Jenkins has the 7 points so far. By doing that, it moved Gallia out of that zone. We'll see if they go back to the zone here in the second half, because they're doing a good job of slowing down Circleville. But if Circleville is able to get into the paint and then just get the best shots possible out of it, it's going to be really difficult for this Gallia team to guard them.
Yeah, Nate, and Gallia played in that 1-3-1 for a good portion of that first half. And at times they were able to slow things down, just unable to capitalize on the other end when they did get stops.
Yeah, it's just, when they got stops, a couple times they got turnovers and were able to get runouts. That's when good things happen for them. That's where Ty Reed got a basket, Mason Meadows got a basket. But overall, those baskets have not been easy. You had Mason Meadows with the 1 tip in. You had Ty Reed with that really beautiful crossover and great finish at the basket. And then you had Alex Blair really compete hard to get his 2 baskets as well. So, this is a Gallia team. You can't feel too bad about where you're at, because you shot 27% from the field in the first half. But also, when you hold Circleville to 39%, you probably feel like you left some stuff on the table a little bit. But a lot of that has to do with that Circleville defense, especially around the rim.
The Blue Devils will start with possession in the second half. How do you attack for Gallia Academy?
I just think, you got to try to use Ty Reed. I would try to get him maybe in some ball screen action if possible. And it just seems, if you can get him and Mason Meadows probably working together, because it seems like Trent Sola's not going to be able to go today. If you use Meadows, at least make them have to pay attention to a shooter. I know he's 0 for 3 from 3, but ultimately that can maybe loosen things up a little bit. Reed, I think, is athletic to get to the rim quick and try to make it to where he doesn't get blocked, or at least maybe forces a foul when he gets up to the rim. I would like to see them get a little more action that way. I don't know if that's in there, what they do. But for Circleville, I just think you keep playing really good defense, excellent defense overall. And that's why they're out to this 9-point lead. And they're a team that doesn't score a ton of points anyway. So, if you're Circleville, you feel pretty good about yourself. We saw them against Fairfield Union, where they just kind of hung out in the second half, and they would run their stuff, and then eventually they would get a good look and score. And that's how they kept adding to the lead throughout. And because of that, it's just, they're a really hard team when you get behind to come back on because of that senior point guard.
Second half about to get underway momentarily. The winner of this matchup will be back here in the Convo on Thursday at 6 p.m. to play in a Division IV district final. They'll face the winner of our next game between Waverly and New Lexington in that contest.
Yeah, that one should be a really fun one. That one will be right up after this one. You're going to have the outstanding point guard play in Cage Alexander. You've also got, you know, the Myers twins. You've seen different players come along for Waverly, dealing with some injuries as well throughout the season. Landon Russell really started to play well late, but Newark Catholic, both of those, or not Newark Catholic, New Lexington plays an extremely tough league, tough schedule. Same with Waverly, though. Both are going to be battle tested. That one should be a really fun one here in about an hour and a half.
But back to this one, second half underway as Ty Reed pounds the rock up the hardwood for Gallia Academy. Reed trying to show off the handles once more. Gets cut off by Bigham. Tigers staying man-to-man as Reed pulls up from downtown and can't knock it down. Long rebound hauled in by Blaine Fowler. Now Jenkins, nice dish. Klein pump fakes, goes up, can't finish the layup.
Yeah, good look inside, tried to return the favor after Klein had found Jenkins a couple different times that first half. Klein unable to finish.
There's Alex Blair off the screen. Blair turns around. Underhands it out to Reed. Now Miller near side wing. Meadows turn around, puts it up, and it doesn't fall. Rebound taken by Fowler.
It's a good look, though. Good defense by Fowler to make him fall away on the play.
There's Glavin Bigham, corner three, knocks it down. Glavin Bigham connects from outside. First points of the second half for the Tigers.
Yeah, first points of the game, first look of the game for Glavin Bigham. Normally just an outstanding defensive player. Does a nice job getting to the line, towing the line, and burying that triple.
12-point lead now for Circleville. Here's Reed on the other end. Reed the drive. Outside Blair for a three. He answers.
It's a huge answer because they were down. Biggest deficit of the game. You need a three. You get your first made three of the night coming from the senior Alex Blair.
7 on the game now for Alex Blair. Nungesser at the elbow, working his man down through traffic, shorthands it. Blue Devils pushing. Here's Meadows underneath with the underhand finish.
That's a great find and transition from Ty Reed. And a nice finish.
Timeout. Gallia Academy will keep it here after the layup by Mason Meadows cuts it back down to 7. Good transition by the Blue Devils.
Yeah, and I think that's a good timeout, too, because you get the 5-0 run here. You want to refocus the defense because you gave up a pretty decent look inside. I guess you're just unable to finish it, but great job running in transition there for the Blue Devils. Like I said, outstanding pass from Ty Reed. His 3rd assist of the night, only 2nd in the game to Jack Klein, who's got 4 assists for the Tigers.
Ty Reed, the second team all-district selection, back-to-back seasons for Ty Reed. On the all-district team, he was 3rd team a season ago as a freshman.
Yeah, I just, man, he's got a high ceiling. He's an outstanding player, great facilitator. When that shot becomes a little more consistent, man, that's going to be next level for him.
Jenkins high post, handoff Jack Klein. Now back to Jenkins, who's wide open underneath.
5 assists now for Jack Klein, the last 3 of which go to Riley Jenkins for layups. Good footwork inside for Jenkins.
Executing the pick and roll to perfection. Jenkins cashes in the paint. Meadows to Reed near side wing. One-on-one with Nungesser. Now Ethan Rose, who checked in during the timeout. Blair driving, pulls up at the elbow, underhand to Meadows, and a takeaway by Nungesser. Nungesser racing to the basket, lays it in.
And he hadn't gotten an easy finish in quite some time, but he does it, starting with his defense.
Nungesser in double figures. Here's Reed on the other end. Too strong, but Hammond's there for the tip-in.
Second really nice tip-in by this Gallia Academy team. Nice job by Reed just getting back to the rim very quickly, and nice work there by Hammonds.
Blaine Fowler on the other end for Circleville. See the Blue Devils playing some man-to-man now after being 1-3-1 most of the first half. Jenkins turns around, throws it up, and gets it to fall for the deuce.
He's now made his last 5 shots from the field, 11 points for the senior Riley Jenkins.
Reed out to Blair. Blair, a long three, and it almost got the bounce. Hung up there for quite some time and couldn't drop. Circleville with a chance to add on to an 11-point lead. Klein, top of the key, rises and can't hit the triple. And a rebound taken by Hammonds, and he's fouled almost immediately. It looks like Coach Callahan's going to want a timeout now for Circleville. We'll keep it right here. 4:03 left in the third quarter. Tigers ahead by 11.
Yeah, that's only the second foul of the game for Circleville. There haven't been a lot of fouls called because this is a really good crew. They're going to get control early in the game, and these teams haven't been like super physical. So because of that, it's led to not a lot of stoppages and a pretty quick game so far. Now, for Gallia, you got to do what you can to take advantage of this. You got to keep chipping away at this lead. You're down 9 at the half. If you can cut down, get to about 6 or 7, that was not on purpose. I did the hand movement, but it was not on purpose. Of like that, if you get to 6, it's a 2-possession game. So you want to try to get within that 9 points to win the quarter and get yourself a little bit tighter into this game.
Ty Reed bringing it up the floor over halfway through this third quarter. There's Meadows, launches from downtown, too short. Long offensive rebound, a fight for, won by Circleville. Nungester throws it up for Jenkins. Jenkins down the paint. Jenkins denied by Hammonds. Blue Devils with a 3-on-1. Rose, baseline drive, puts it in, and the foul.
What a finish inside. Bigham tried to take it, but man, Rose rose up with a great finish after really good individual defense from Gabe Hammonds. Outstanding play for the Blue Devils.
First points of the afternoon for Ethan Rose. He has the extra free throw to cash in on the three-point play. Ed Kirk comes back in for Circleville.
But you do see that when I talked about the officials, you see that that's a difference between a tournament official and earlier in the season. Bigham slides in as Rose is in the air. I think we got a little blood here, but he slides in as he's in the air. As soon as he leaves, you can't just slide in. So he tries to get there. It was a great effort by Bigham to try to get there, but because he comes in after he left his feet, ends up being a charge. So seeing the replay back, and it's a very good call.
Ethan Rose, an 82% free throw shooter on the season, stands at the line as...
So you have a certain amount of time, so I think they're trying to get, well, Klein had already checked out. So since Klein had checked out, no time went off the clock. There's no play, so he can't come back in the game since he had already left.
So Ari Travis will see the floor for the first time today for Circleville.
And man, just from what we've seen from him, he's the heart of this Circleville team as well.
Rose too short on the free throw. Keeps it at 9. Ari Travis got a nice reception from the Circleville student section when he checked in as well. As Jenkins tried to feed Travis, he throws it away instead.
That's going to be what he gets right now. But he's there to make them better in practice. When he gets his number called, he's going to step in and do what he can, which is why he gets the defensive rebound immediately. But we're going to see Fowler checking right back in.
Still a 9-point game. Gallia Academy with a chance to eat into it. Here's a long triple from Rose. They can't get the roll.
And that's 2 times they've had it touch every part of the rim and just not fall through.
Nungester on the other end. Underhand dish. Kirk pump fakes and knocks it in off the glass.
Good find, good finish. Now we're going to have a turnover forced by Cole Nunguster. He has played outstanding defense as well. 10 points, 7 rebounds, over 3 steals on the game. We'll see. Some people count that one as a steal, some don't, just depending on what your scoring is.
Quickly, Glavin Bigham to inbound, throws it up to Kirk. Back to an 11-point lead for the Circleville Tigers. Nungesser driving, foul by Alex Blair.
Foul charge of number 11, Alex Blair. His second. First for the Devils in the quarter.
Tigers will reset on the sideline. Bigham inbounds to Nungesser. Blair meets him at half court. Nungesser on the drive, gets by every defender and cashes in.
He's just so tough. Great work getting to the basket. 12 points now for Nungesser.
Rose the triple. It's good. Ethan Rose connects from downtown.
Tell you what, he deserved that after what the last 3 he took did. Buries that one to cut it back down to 10. And now they're not letting Circleville really get away. They're also not really cutting into it.
Nungesser can't finish the underhand. Reed on the other end. Meadows dishes to Hammonds. Back to Meadows. Meadows pump fakes, drives, pulls up, and can't hit the jumper. And a pinball won by Circleville. It's Jenkins coming up with it. Fowler on the drive. Fowler off 2 feet. Bank is open.
Kiss off the glass.
Nicely done by Blaine Fowler. 8 points now.
Reed gets downhill off the glass, no good. Into the hands of Nungesser for Circleville.
This is that danger time now for Gallia. You got to get a stop and then get a really mature possession on the other end.
Fowler pulls up mid-range, it's good. Blaine Fowler with the easy jumper.
Biggest lead of the afternoon for the Tigers at 14.
Coming up on a minute remaining in the third. Here's Hammonds through traffic. He can't finish that one as Fowler brings up the floor. Now Bigham. Bigham on the drive, got stripped, taken away by Gallia Academy, thrown off of Bigham's legs and out of bounds. Good hustle play there by Ethan Rose.
And it was after he did a really good job of chesting up. Great defensive possession from Ethan Rose. And what I was saying on the other end was you need a mature possession so they get a good look inside, but where all of those block shots in the first half came back, you know, instead of Hammonds going up strong and trying to get to the rim, he adjusts the shot, doesn't get blocked, but it doesn't come close. So you got to make sure you're getting up high and try to finish at the rim.
Meadows got tied up in the post and fouled. Grant Owens checked back in for Gallia Academy.
First foul on Nungesser. By the way, that last turnover for Circleville was only their 5th of the game. 5th of the game, nearly 24 minutes into it.
Ed Kirk will check in for Riley Jenkins. 42.6 to go in the third. Reed to inbound. Reed, nice find to a wide open Meadows who cashes in.
Really nice blob there for the Blue Devils. A must stop now coming up after you get the easy basket.
Kirk, far side wing, 20 to go in the third. Klein off the screen. Circleville winners of 15 straight, looking to get back to a district final for the first time in 14 years. 5 seconds. Nungesser driving through traffic. Nungesser knocks it down. Nungesser splits the defense and cashes in before the buzzer. It's a 14-point lead for the Tigers as we head to the fourth here in Athens. 8 minutes to play. You're watching Ohio High School District Tournament basketball here on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by Ohio Health.
At North Fork Animal Clinic, we're more than your pet's health care. We're your neighbors. We combine top-quality veterinary care with the availability you can count on, keeping tails wagging and pets thriving. And as proud supporters of youth sports in Southern Ohio, we're committed to helping our whole community grow strong. North Fork Animal Clinic, caring for pets, supporting our community.
This presentation of Ohio High School District Tournament Basketball is brought to you in part by G&J Paving. G&J Paving, serving Southern Ohio for over 30 years. And by Centerpoint Church. Centerpoint believes in investing in the next generation and is proud to support high school sports across the region. Visit Centerpoint Church for service times and more information. Centerpoint Church.
You know, there's a lot of different options down here at the Convo. If you're watching with us, we appreciate you. The other ones, I'm sure, are doing an outstanding job as well. So, you know, we appreciate all of our sponsors. We appreciate anyone tuning in with us here. And remember, we've got the next 3 games today as well. So after this fourth quarter, make sure you check back in. We'll have Waverly New Lexington just a few minutes right after. So looking forward to having this whole day because of what our sponsors are able to do and what you know, people that tune in also get to watch.
Circleville possession to start the fourth quarter. As right away, Coach Callahan wants a timeout. As a trap by Gallia Academy forced Coach Callahan to burn a timeout, wanted to talk things over just 4 seconds into the fourth.
Oh, man, when he sees that back on film, that's going to be a lot. For the seniors, they're going to hear about that because you threw it in right at the midline, and then Fowler dribbles right to a spot where there's nothing he can do. Like, that's going to be a turnover one way or another. So for Coach Callahan, where he still had the 4 timeouts left, that's an easy one to call and just kind of be like, guys, what are we doing? Like, you can't take anything lightly. This is a team that has won 12 games for a reason. So you can't have one of those little turnovers and maybe you get an easy basket on the other end, which could lead to a little more energy and you know, confidence for this Gallia Academy team.
Fowler doubled, tried to get it over to Nungesser, who tracks it down. Now Bigham guarded tightly by Grant Owens on the sideline, wide open under the basket. Klein high off the backboard and in.
Good find and good job by Klein, just getting to the open spot. Great find by Fowler.
Here's Hammonds on the other end, elevates for the deuce.
Good look ahead. Good finish, but Gallia Academy got to put stops together.
Some pressure applied by the Blue Devils. Circleville able to break it. Fowler, the dish, Jenkins puts it in.
Second straight possession where Blaine Fowler finds the open man inside.
Meadows the 3 on the other end, too short. Quickly, Circleville has it. There's Nungesser driving, spin cycle, puts it up and draws the foul.
And we had a couple big-time highlight plays the other night. That would have maybe been the first really big highlight play of this one so far. Now Nungesser gets a chance at the line for the first time this afternoon. He's got 14 points, 8 rebounds.
He's 65% from the stripe this season. The first one is up and through. Alex Blair back on the floor for Gallia Academy, as well as Brody Beaver. Gallia Academy going with a little bit of a smaller, maybe quicker lineup here in the late stages.
Yeah, you're trying to speed up Circleville a little bit, so you go with the smaller lineup to try to do so.
Nungesser goes 2 for 2 from the stripe, brings his total up to 16.
No matter what, though, if you're a guy, you got to try to increase the amount of possessions that are going to happen over this next 7 minutes.
Dribble handoff, Alex Blair, top of the key. Blair pulls up from downtown off the back iron. Try to get his own rebound. Nungesser tips it. Klein on the other end, the wide open layup.
It's a good way to get that 9th rebound and 2nd assist of the game for Nungesser. Good look out ahead.
Reed step back 3 off the mark. It's Fowler the rebound. Circleville in control, trying to slow things down as they work against this Gallia press. Fowler in the corner to Bigham. Bigum back to Fowler. Now Nungesser hauls it in at the logo. Fowler doubled. Finds a cutting Nungesser. Nungesser the pass. Klein off the glass and in. A ball movement from the Circleville offense continues to be elite.
They're just doing a great job getting to the basket, too. So great ball movement, and then the cutters are getting to the basket and finishing as well.
Blair spins, gets it taken away. Up the floor, Nungesser to the basket, the finger roll. Timeout, Gallia Academy. We will take it. No, we will take it with them. 55-31. Circleville, you're watching Ohio High School District Tournament Basketball on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by Ohio Health.
Wendy's has new chicken tenders. Crispy, juicy, tendery tendies. Ooh, that's fun to say. Tendies, tendies, tendies. And they're so good, maybe we should change our... For tendies you're gonna know by name, gotta be Wendy's.
Rathkamp Financial is a comprehensive financial services firm committed to helping our clients improve their long-term financial success. Our customized programs seek to grow, protect, and conserve our clients' wealth by delivering personalized service and expertise. Please call us at 740-775-1040 to schedule a consultation. Securities and advisory services offered through LPL Financial, a registered investment advisor, member, FINRA SIPC.
5:36 remain here in the Convocation Center as Circleville well in control against Gallia Academy. They lead 55-31.
Well, it's just, Gallia had done everything they could to stay in the game, weren't making a whole lot of shots. I mean, 31%, 13% from three. But once they had to try to speed up Circleville because they were down by so much going into the fourth, it just felt like this was, bound to happen. A 12-2 run here in the fourth quarter so far. All layups as well for Circleville.
Brody Beaver, the intended recipient of that pass, as Grant Owens threw it away. Another turnover from Gallia Academy.
That's only 11 turnovers for the Blue Devils.
Nungesser trapped opposite corner, got stripped. It'll stay with Circleville. Gallia Academy just trying to throw everything they can now at the Tigers. Jenkins to set this possession up. Gets it into Klein. Klein racing. Klein across half court, the dish. Nungesser back to Klein. Klein puts it up and in off the bank.
Fourth different player in double figures now for Circleville. That type of balance is going to make them a really difficult out for whoever wins this next game.
Waverly and New Lexington will battle it out after this one. Brody Beaver short arms the three. Circleville will face the winner of that matchup again Thursday night at 6 p.m. right here at the Convo. We will have coverage of that one for you when the time comes. It's Jack Klein on the drive, too short on the layup, but a foul.
It'll be Klein's first trip to the line.
Talk about a great 24 hours for Circleville sports. Their girls basketball team won a district title yesterday, knocking off Logan Elm in the district final.
And it's a rival.
Absolutely. Yeah. A team that they had lost to the last time they played. And they're going to the Sweet 16 as Jack Klein knocks down the first one. And then your boys team, 4.5 minutes away from going to a district final themselves.
For the first time since 2014 as well. So, I mean, it's a really good time right now to be a Circleville Tiger athletics fan, because you also got a baseball team that's going to be outstanding as well. And Circleville's always strong there. And just based off some of the athletes we've seen throughout the year, I would guess the track teams will be top-notch as well.
Here's a long three from Ethan Rose off the back iron. Ty Reed grabs the rebound. Owens had trouble with it. Tried to throw it to Reed, knocked away. And Circleville comes up with it. Bigum sliding at the far sideline for the loose ball. And Coach Callahan wisely uses a timeout.
Circleville, full timeout.
So we'll take it with them. 59-31 Tigers. You're watching Ohio High School District Tournament Basketball on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by Ohio Health.
Since 1853, Tomlinson Insurance has been protecting families, farms, and businesses in our community. As an independent agency, we offer personalized coverage for your auto, home, farm, and business, plus health and life insurance too. And we proudly partner with Erie Insurance to give you peace of mind with reliable coverage at competitive rates. Tomlinson Insurance. Let our history be your future. Call us today at 740-773-4181 or visit us at tomlinsonins.com.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by Willie & Son Trucking. Willie & Son Trucking has been a proud supporter of local student athletes, coaches, and athletic programs throughout its history. Be sure to look out for the Shack Athlete of the Week presented by Willie & Son Trucking each week at SOSAOhio.com.
The Circleville Tigers are 4 minutes and 8 seconds away from going back to the district final. They've really kept their foot on the gas here in the second half. They're out to a 28-point lead on Gallia Academy.
Yeah, you mentioned that they've doubled the lead within the first 4 minutes of the fourth quarter. So it's been an outstanding effort defensively. I think we're going to have blood on the court, maybe from a little bit earlier. You're not going to see it during the run of the game very often. So probably when Blaine Fowler left the floor a little bit earlier with the blood. So now it's going to be addressed here. We appreciate all the support staff here at Ohio University. Southeast District does this so well. Getting plenty of people here to help. You get plenty of people from Ohio University. I can't imagine throughout the state there's one centralized place like this. You got some outstanding places throughout Ohio, but Southeast does it really well.
Jenkins the feed. Fowler pump fakes. It's blocked by Hammonds. The ball knocked out of bounds off of Ty Reed. And it'll stay with Circleville. Klein to inbound, finds Nungester on the block. Nungester through traffic, hoists it up, and it falls. Cole Nungester's got 20.
20 points, 9 rebounds, 4 assists. At least 3 steals on the day as well, showing why he's the district player of the year here today.
Ty Reed over to Ethan Rose. Rose baseline drive, skip. Owens 4-3 off the mark. And Fowler chases down the rebound. There's Jenkins wide open from the corner, off the mark.
Probably a little too open of a shot for him because he's knocked down a contested one so far today.
Well, we've seen him knock down a lot of those throughout the course of the season. Rose again from outside, that's no good. Yeah, this is a Gallia Academy team that obviously tough way to end the season, but a lot of promise going into next year.
Yeah, you got some really talented kids coming back. You're going to lose some hard-working seniors, but you got some really talented kids coming back.
Here's Klein on the drive, can't finish through traffic. Nungester the offensive rebound.
As I say, there's the double-double for him.
Nungester steps back, puts up the triple off the front iron. Jenkins chasing down the offensive board. And you look at Gallia Academy, every player that started this game is back next year.
Timeout. Circleville, it's a full timeout.
Timeout, Circleville will keep it here with 2:23 remaining. Tigers well on their way to another trip back here to the Convo Thursday night.
Yeah, right now, just kind of talk about them real quick, but it is, Ethan Rose, Alex Blair, loved what they gave effort-wise. I thought they brought some really good energy here for Gallia Academy. Those are going to be the seniors that have played that are going to, be the ones that you have to replace. You also had, D. Clark Reed, who I know had some injuries throughout the year and was unable to go. But other than that, you have a really bright future here for Gallia Academy. Ty Reed is outstanding. We haven't seen Trip Sola. We saw him earlier in the year. Really like what he can do. But then you move down the line a little bit. You got Gabe Hammonds, Mason Meadows as juniors, and then you started Colson Miller as a freshman. Man, there's a lot to look forward to if you're Gallia Academy. So you shake off this. You look at it as we got there. We got there now. When we get there again, we need to win when we get there, and that's how the program keeps getting better and better.
Ed Kirk also back on the court.
Some subs come in for Circleville. Ari Travis and Kaiser Cassidy in the game, as there's a triple by Blaine Fowler.
He's got 13 and 9, a pretty quiet 13 and 9.
Meadows, the pull-up jumper, too short. Owens tried to grab the rebound, can't handle it. It's out of bounds, exactly 2 minutes remaining.
2 minutes, 2 minutes.
Fowler working against the Blue Devil pressure. Up the floor, Kaiser Cassidy. Back to Fowler. Fowler running down the middle, stripped. Pinball's right back to him. Fowler under the basket. Gets it out. Fowler to Kaiser Cassidy, now Nungester. Nungester, the drive, pulls up off 2 feet, can't get it to fall. Meadows the rebound. Off the floor, here's Brody Beaver, spins, puts it up off the side of the backboard. Nungester lost one up for Ari Travis. Ed Kirk in the corner, minute 18, Nungester cutting, puts it up and in. Cole Nungester, the exclamation point on a 22-point, 10-rebound performance. Some substitutions will come in for Circleville. Alex Spradlin, as well as Drake Klinger, the senior, getting some minutes here at the Convo. Eli Mollahan checks in for Gallia Academy.
Anytime you can get these guys a little bit of experience on the Convo floor is a good thing.
Meadows buries the triple from the top of the key. Braden Gilmore also subbed in for the Blue Devils. There's a turnover there forced by Gallia Academy. Gilmore with it.
Only the 6th turnover for Circleville on the afternoon.
Meadows working on Travis. Meadows gets it out to Brody Beaver in the corner. Now Gilmore, he'll launch a 3 off the front iron. The long rebound won by Alex Spradlin up the floor. Drake Klinger, nice dish. Kirk puts it in over the middle.
Ed Kirk, the basket.
A nice dish by Drake Klinger, the senior. Meadows has it in the half court for Gallia Academy. Looking for one final basket. The dish to Colson Miller. The finger roll is through. As the final seconds of this game will come off the clock. Spradlin pounds the rock as the final buzzer sounds, and the Circleville Tigers are headed to the district final. 68-36, your final in this Division IV district semifinal. Circleville improves to 21-2, and for the first time in 14 years, they'll play for a district title.
Yeah, they showed why they've been one of the top teams all year long, and why they're going to be a favorite regardless of who they play in this week's district championship game.
We'll take a quick break, give our final thoughts on this one, and get you ready for Game 2 between Waverly and New Lexington. Circleville dominates Gallia Academy, 68-36, your final score. You're watching Ohio High School District Tournament basketball here on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by Ohio Health.
I'm Tyler. And I'm James. We want to thank you for continuing to make the Root Sports and Fitness Center your headquarters for youth sports in Southern Ohio.
Swinging a liner to left field. Pates will walk it off. That one base is loaded in 2. Pitch. It is low, and this one dripped the pitch. Skied into center field, hit pretty well. Major back to the track, to the wall. It is gone!
Kimberly. Tons of practice. One chop away from a black belt. 7 of the best sidekicks. And 5 years since her cancer diagnosis at Ohio Health.
SOSA's The Dugout is Chillicothe's premier indoor baseball and softball training facility designed to serve local baseball and softball players of all ages. The Dugout is equipped with our fully featured hit tracks, the next-gen data capture and simulation system providing athletes with real-time feedback with the capability of playing in any of the 30 Major League Baseball stadiums. The Dugout has a 70-foot by 12-foot batting and pitching cage, and every user has access to baseball and softball pitching machines, plyo wall and arm strength bands, pitching mounds and softball mats, multiple tees and hitting nets. Wall-to-wall AstroTurf, 285-inch TVs and Bluetooth speakers make the Dugout the place to be for all of our area baseball and softball players, no matter the age. Train year-round, improve your performance, and further develop your skills in a fun and competitive environment at SOSA's The Dugout. Located in the heart of downtown Chillicothe at 185 East Main Street. Visit our website at sosadugout.com to reserve a time today.
We welcome you back inside the Convocation Center on the banks of the Hocking River as the Circleville Tigers cruise to a 68-36 win over Gallia Academy. The Tigers improves to 21-2 and advance to Thursday night's district final. Carson Francis and John Bruce back with you. John, your thoughts on an impressive win for the Tigers as they pulled away throughout the second half.
Yeah, it was a slow start, kind of what we talked about in the pregame. It was going to be tough for them. Hadn't played in quite some time, and slow start kind of carried over, led to the game being fairly competitive for a half, even 3 quarters. Gallia had some times where they were right in there, but man, that fourth quarter, once Gallia had to turn up the pressure a little bit, then Circleville with so many different ball handlers, so many different players that are just mature, they know where they're going. The senior experience, senior leadership, they just knew how to pull away. That's why it's a fairly comfortable win for them to move on to the district championship game.
Circleville, for the first time since 2012, will play for a district title, and 4 guys in double figures. It's something that's been a common theme all year from top to bottom. They've got guys that can go out there and get you a basket, can go make a play when you need them to. Colton Ungesser, the spark plug of that, but Blaine Fowler, Jack Klein, Riley Jenkins, Glavin Bigham, who started, gave some great minutes on both sides of the ball. Just 1 through 5, some excellent basketball play by these Tigers.
Yeah, when you have that balance, that makes you really tough to stop. You have that point guard, 22 points, 10 rebounds, 4 assists. Great defense all day for Cole Nunguster, and that just starts everything. And then beyond that, you have Jack Klein, 10 points, 6 rebounds, 7 assists as your off guard. Man, that makes you really tough to stop. Riley Jenkins plays really good defense inside. He had 13 points, 10 points, 10 rebounds for Blaine Fowler, so a double-double. Ed Kirk comes off the bench, 5 points. But then, as you mentioned, Glavin Bigham plays some really good defense. He had 3 on the day. Just a really tough team to match up with. Just really tough matchups across the board. Really well-coached team, and that's why we're going to see them on Thursday night.
Gallia Academy finishes the season 12-12. They get back to the Convo for the first time since 2018, and they say goodbye to 3 seniors, D. Clark Reed, Ethan Rose, and Alex Blair.
Yeah, and on the day, it was, you got some stuff out of your seniors. You had 10 points combined for them between Alex Blair and Ethan Rose. Actually, 12 points combined between those two. And then you had Ty Reed with 4 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists. Really like his game. 5 points out of Gabe Hammond, 6 points out of Colson Miller, and then you had Mason Meadows led them with 11. And they've got some pieces. They've got some pieces. Put in a lot of work this summer. You got put in a lot of work in the spring. You got April 1st. Go back in, get in the gym, get some shots up, get over to the root, and just make your game better. And that's going to make this Gallia Academy team a really interesting one to follow next year as well.
And you look at their record, obviously could be a lot better, but you also look at the competition they played against. The OVC is a tough league to play in. You got teams like Ironton, Chesapeake, Portsmouth, who's another team that could be up and coming over the next couple years. Fairland's always tough to play against. For Gallia Academy to finish where they did in a league as competitive as the OVC, it's promising when you look at what's ahead for the Blue Devils.
Yeah, they've got a lot of good things ahead of them, and I think we'll see them here again on the Convo floor. If we don't see them in the spring, you're going to see the Blue Angels on our volleyball coverage in the fall as well. So a lot of good things coming for Gallia Academy Athletics.
Well, Circleville again advancing to the district final. They will take on the winner of this next game, set to tip off here at 3:45, Waverly and New Lexington for the other side of that 6 o'clock district final on Thursday.
Yeah, it's really looking forward to that one. And, just jump over on that stream in about 5 minutes.
Absolutely. We will be right back with you for the call on that one. But as for this game, the first one from today's slate in the Convo, in the books, Circleville takes down Gallia Academy 68-36. They will play for a district title here at the Convo Thursday night. From Kenneth Hay, our cameraman, and John Bruce, I'm Carson Francis. We thank you for tuning in to today's presentation of Ohio High School District Tournament Basketball on the Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by Ohio Health.